kickoff to get us underway. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. This crowd bringing an ear-splitting welcome to their visitors. They'll go to the ground. Oh, better look out! And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
Well, there's the offense trying to take advantage of this running back speed. I like the call. Hand off to the left, to the outside. Put him in space and let him go to work.
To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Santiago. Makes the catch and he's brought down. In a competitive conference like the SEC, you just can't afford to start 0-1 if you want to chase a championship. Really important to get off to a good start.
No doubt, in the SEC, you've got to set the tone early. It's all about creating momentum out of the gate. Both of these teams had this game circled all offseason, David. They know what's riding on the line.
There's so much riding on the line. Who gets to Atlanta down the road? Bragging rights, recruiting rights, all this stuff. Once you get in conference play, it means a lot every single week.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. He's looking to pass. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming. Wants to throw on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A-game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Fires to the wideout. And that pass picked off.
Well, statistically, this defense is not one of the better units against the pass. They're trying to change that here today. What a great job tracking the ball down, making a play on it, stabbing it out of the air for a big interception early. That should be massive for their confidence.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Second down coming up.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's second and 11. He's looking to throw. Takes a shot. Soft spot in the middle. And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
He wants to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Pressure got to the QB that time. He was trying to find his check down out of the backfield, but the hit forced the incompletion.
They'll try the run. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Third down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. Pre-snap motion, quarterback trying to get a read. Touch pass on the right. And the completion gives them a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And I love right out of the gate, this offense is going to be creative, and they're going to try to get their best players the football out in the open field. You saw it right there.
He'll keep it himself. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9.
Yeah, it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options, and he's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that 2nd and 9.
And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle. Physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, which they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the 4th quarter.
Trying to pick it up on the ground. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
Reads it, fires complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
My old coach said, you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that 1st down. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line.
I think they called that knowing they weren't going to hit a home run. So why would you call it that? Well, you call it so 3rd down becomes an easier down. It's not 3rd and long where I have to pass the football. Now all options on the table.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Using his feet to buy time. He wants it all. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
Wow, what a play. We're going to need to see that again to make sure he makes this catch and gets the foot in bounds. That was a great acrobatic play, understanding where you're at on the field to make that big catch.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They took it 68 yards on that drive. It was capped off by a 1-yard touchdown pass. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Here comes the Texas offense. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game. If you're going to win, and David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
Defense, man, it helps you a lot when you can be a linebacker or a corner or safety, anybody, and you see the QB throw the football. Now I can break on the football right away and limit gains like right here on this play.
Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go for negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
What a turning point this could be. The offense is going for it inside its own 30. On 4th down, they'll throw for it. Makes the catch, he's got enough. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the 1st down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
Makes the stop at the 49, but not before he gets in plus territory, gets 15 and a 1st down.
Auburn 7, Texas 0.
And the Longhorns have their offense in high gear. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his man. It's Santiago. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
On second down, he'll fire. Turns it loose deep. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
Well, I like this quarterback being aggressive and taking a shot. Just a better play there by the defense.
The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36.
And they just kind of sneaked that one in there as a defensive guy, 3rd and 5+. I'm thinking pass. They were thinking pass, Palmer, and they slipped the run in.
And it's so nice then to have this guy at running back too, right? Because you could throw it to him on third down or hand it off. And he's got the vision and the athleticism to go pick up that first, keep the drive going.
Tip ball, put it up for grabs, and I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered through his fingers.
Oh, man. The quarterback almost just threw his second interception on as many drives. He's trying to fit that football in there. It gets tipped up in the air. He's lucky that wasn't picked off.
They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? It's complete to the right. And they wrap him up, but not before he's got enough for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
They make the stop, but you can't give up 4 yards a chunk on the ground down in this area of the field. It's at the 18. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Peace. Fights through the pile and picks up a couple down to the 16.
Yeah, and the running back didn't get much here, but, you know, you clearly want to always establish the tempo, run the football, be consistent, make that defense physically meet the challenge.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. And that one is picked off in the end zone. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready. Had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. He goes out of bounds after a solid gain on the play.
And that's a pretty good job by this defense. Man, it's so hard to limit these quarterbacks, and they're spreading you out all over the field. When they take off, it's hard to limit the damage. Nice job limiting the damage. And I tell you what, make it physical. Finish those plays and try to tackle that guy and make him think about running the football in the future.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 27. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Quick catch on 3rd down. And the defense able to drag him down, but not before. They'll recycle that down marker.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now, it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
6-yard pickup on first down leaves him with 2nd and 4. The give to the tailback. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
Been really impressed watching this offense this year and how good they are on 3rd down. The reason they're so efficient, they don't have penalties, they keep these 3rd downs manageable, and they've got a special talent at running back that can find his way to the sticks.
Here we go. 6-9-1, Gators far.
From the shotgun, the inside give. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we'll see if the offense can build on this lead before the break. Got 6 on first down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4.
3:25.
Now he's looking to throw it. Fires to the tight end. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. Guys, you never want to sound the upset alert bell too early, but it might be time to at least know where the button is for it.
Know where the button is, and listen, there's no need to panic yet, but if you're the unranked team, just like this, when you're playing a better team, you want to come in and you want to hang around. Hang around, Jesse, and they're doing just that, staying in this game and have a lead.
Yeah, the unranked team, they've been playing with more intensity in this one. And I think if you're a leader right now on the ranked squad, you've got to be talking to your guys.
Quarterback tried to scramble around for a while, but the defense able to bring him down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This drive was rolling, and then it got thrown into reverse. Here's a 2nd and 18. He's looking to throw. He's going to run it. Got room at the 35. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down.
And you're seeing here the difficulties defenses have trying to contain this guy. If you leave a lane open or you don't sack him right away, you allow him to get outside the pocket, he is going to take off, and he is very difficult to tackle in the open field. He's got running back-like ability out in space.
Pulls and fires complete to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
The Tigers will snap it on 1st and 10. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. The pull and throw off the RPO. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
No gain on the play.
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. He's looking to throw. Buying some time. Safe completion on the screen. No sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one.
Listen, if I'm a QB, 2nd down, I want to check the ball down and get a manageable 3rd down. But when this defense is flying around like this, so fast closing out, he got to that running back, got him on the ground so fast, the running back had nowhere to go.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And they're going to head out to line up for a field goal. He splits the uprights and puts 3 on the board. And that lead grows even bigger. So they get the field goal, now about to kick it away, and you get a stop here, and you go to halftime feeling really good about things. He'll bring it out. It's Rojas. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. The Longhorns sending the offense back onto the field. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the... Looking deep down the right side. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on.
Well, on defense, they know that this offense is going to try and take shots. They're going to try and keep their secondary players in a position to make these types of plays. Good job on the back end forcing that incompletion.
He'll try to do it himself. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. Looking to throw for it. Going to take a shot. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He'll call for the fair catch here. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. Will wonders never cease if you're a defensive guy? They called PI on the offense this time. Offense getting set for 1st down. Running back searching for a hole. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Quick pass on the fly motion. Crosses the 45. Can anyone catch him? At the 20. And finally out of bounds after an explosive run by this ball carrier. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. They want to get the ball back right now, lining up for an onside kick to start the second half. Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover. Oh, it's on the ground. Live ball.
Man, how about that? You come out of... You just had a little bit of a break. You rested. You told your club we're going to come out. Now we're going to be aggressive. We're going to kick an onside even though we're winning and you failed. Now this defense better step up and respond.
They'll start the 3rd quarter with the run. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Small game, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Yeah, they're just going to need more push up front. There was nowhere for that running back to go. The offensive line got moved right back into his lap, and as a result, they lose yards on him.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And they didn't have to blitz. They brought him a dime package, more speed on the field so we can cover in the back end, and then let the D-line do what great D-line do.
A famous writer once said, most men lead lives of quiet desperation. Here is a desperate move, going for it on 4th down, trailing by double figures. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And it's caught inside the 20. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the 1st down. Sometimes we don't give enough credit to a receiver knowing exactly where he needs to be on the field, and they pick up the first down there.
Yeah, and you got to give the receiver credit, obviously knowing where that is, but the defender needs to know where it is too. Where is he trying to get? That ball's going to come out quick. He didn't really understand where the sticks were, and because of that, he gives up the first down. He need to just be a little bit more aware as a defensive guy.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. Fires toward the end zone. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
What a play by the defender there, guys. In his own end zone, the offense has taken a shot, and if that defender was just one step behind, that would have been a touchdown. But the hit forces the incompletion.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And finally, the defense is able to get some pressure on this quarterback. They had been trying all game long different ways to affect him, weren't able to get there. But on that play, because of the pressure, it affected his accuracy, and that's why the ball falls incomplete.
No good. The missed field goal still leaves us with a double-digit deficit, still a 10-point game. And Auburn is ready to go back to work on offense. Handoff from the gun. Maybe picked up a couple. He's down at the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. He's got it on the right. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain.
This defense is going to have to be careful. Not only do they have to worry about this guy running the football, but they've got to keep their eye on him when he runs routes too. He is a versatile back.
Pressure coming. Trying to make magic with his feet. And he's going to be stopped just short of the first down. He tried to get it on his own.
Yeah, and the QB decided to take it himself. He got a little bit of pressure, you could see, and decided to take off, scramble, and couldn't get the first down. And now it's 4th down decision time. No matter where it is on the field or what the distance is, you know there's a chance. We still might go for it.
First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. And the ball will be blown dead at the 35, and that's where they'll put it into play. And here come the horns. They've got it again on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
The flag flies in as this one falls incomplete. We'll see who it's on. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. Now this offense facing a 3rd and long from their own 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. It's complete. And he was loose and out the gate and doesn't go down until he gets to the 48-yard line. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on 3rd down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
And he's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most if something's not open.
And here's the 3rd interception of the night.
What a nice play by the DB there. When that rain starts coming down, the ball gets a little bit heavier. The quarterback throws the ball a little bit lighter. DBs can take advantage sometimes of some underthrown balls, go out and make some big plays.
Tackled at the 25, but they get out of jail with a 15-yard pickup. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Running back goes in motion. They'll run the option. He'll pitch it. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
And when you're on defense and it's wet and it's rainy, you know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the weather.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. So Texas has it again, and here comes the offense. The sledding has been tough. Scores have been at a premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. For this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game pressure because the other side's not scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going, then something can start to build.
The Longhorns have it in scoring position on first and goal. Linebackers moving, trying to confuse the quarterback. Wants to go up top. They're bringing heat. Buys a little time. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
That's a phenomenal job getting after the quarterback and getting a hit on him to affect his accuracy, because if they didn't get the pressure, that was going to be a touchdown. He had a guy wide open in the end zone. That was a golden opportunity, but the defense comes up big.
Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. And he was able to push forward for a solid gain as the clock strikes 0 here in the third.
Auburn, 10, Texas, 0.
They'd love to start this quarter off with a touchdown right here. Looking to the end zone on third and goal. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Well, on third and short and field goal range, they dial up the pass play. Quarterback was trying to get through his progressions. There was just simply nobody open. Couldn't make an accurate enough throw. Ball falls incomplete. Now setting up a big decision here on fourth down.
A field goal does not top the list of most helpful things at this juncture, so they'll go for it on fourth down. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Longhorns! Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
That'll elevate some sideline blood pressures. You just took the lead, and now you're giving away field position by kicking it out of bounds. First down here for the offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
And that play is essentially like a jet sweep, right? This offense is going to run the football conventionally. They'll do it between the tackles. They'll do it outside. But there's a lot of different creative ways they can get their playmakers the football in the running game. And I think that was an example of what you saw right there.
And And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They're getting this guy lathered up. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the jet motion. Just what they were looking for, and he's got him set up in business at the 35 with a first down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out, make me defend so many things. You can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
Runs through the tackle.
And the running back there did everything that he's coached to do, right? They've got the lead late in this game. You've got to stay in bounds. You're finding yards. It's a positive run, but you're not going out of bounds. Really well done.
This offense could not have executed in this situation any better, just draining some time off the clock. They'll give him 1 to the 28-yard line.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the first down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23. We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
Obviously, when you're playing in weather like this, the ball is very slippery and it's hard to catch. The QB threw a bullet that time, and his receiver just could not reel it in.
Receivers telling the quarterback what they see. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Ninth play of the drive coming up, but this one will be tough. 3rd and long. They'll give it to the back. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Clemson had an impressive showing there in Death Valley, winning this one by double digits, although it felt like it could have been more. Somewhere even Trevor Lawrence is impressed with this one. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way, but I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. They'll throw it on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Hey, listen, it's hard for an offense. When you're trailing late in the game, you've got to throw to get back in. The defense already knows it anyway. On top of that, you've got this weather that you have to deal with. These conditions are not conducive to playing pitch and catch. This is a big uphill battle for this offense.
And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, they've thrown 2 straight incompletions, and they just need to play pitch and catch on this next play. They're down a possession, and you don't have to necessarily get the first down right here, but if you don't get it, you've got to at least keep the 4th down manageable to give yourself an opportunity to keep pushing the ball down the field and give yourselves a shot to win.
Takes a shot as he lets it go. Almost intercepted, and that might have been the ball game if he had held on. Instead, it's 4th down.
Well, they're down a possession, and they're on their own side of the 50, so they need a big one right here. They've just thrown 3 straight incompletions, but it just takes one. It just takes one big play down the field to all of a sudden get that momentum and that juice flowing again to give yourselves a chance to win.
Throwing right. He's got him, and they convert. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the 4th down conversion, moving the chains easily. A designed run for the quarterback.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Looking left. Makes the grab. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a 1st down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. He knew exactly what they needed there, made the play, and got out of bounds to stop the clock.
And you got to keep this turbo mode on, right? You got to keep going fast. The clock's running down. 4th quarter, need a score. Great execution to get the 1st down. We need a lot more of this on this drive.
He's looking to throw it. Fires left. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
Got to give this defense a lot of credit because even down to the last seconds of this football game, we're seeing outstanding effort. QB taking a shot down the middle of the field. There's a defender swatting it away. They have had this quarterback's number all game long, and that's why they're winning this game.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. And it's his 4th interception of the night. Takes it the other way. And they capitalize not only on the pick, but the great return to give the offense tremendous field position.
And that just kind of caps off this day. It's been a day with not a lot of rhythm, not a lot of timing, not a lot of guys on the same page, and they weren't right there, and the quarterback throws an INT, and this one is not looking good.
It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people